Hello, good morning. How are you? I hope that you are well. My name is Sarah Torino, and I am the CEO and creator of the Whole Woman Wellness Formula. Super glad that you are here. We have been doing a series on functional movement as part of my annual tradition of April Move Month. And the reason why I decided to kind of include functional movement into the program is because I think it helps to teach people, frankly, about how their body moves, why things move the way they move, and why it's important to seek out different kinds of movement. It will help you become an independent exerciser because once you learn the functional movements, you can start to integrate them and start to seek out ways to do them more, which is my hope for you. My hope for you is that you can become an independent exerciser, to move more, to move in a way that works for you. So we have been going through, I got to pull out my little piece of paper that has all of them because I will forget them. We've been going through my acronym of functional movement. And the functional movements we've gone through so far are carry, motor, stabilize, lunge, twist, squat, and push. Come sweet lettuce poo poo. So today we're going to talk about the second poo in poo poo. We're going to talk about pulling. Pulling is a movement. I was chuckling about it yesterday because I integrated it into a workout that I did. And I was like, wow, this is not a movement that happens very often. You have to kind of seek out pulling, I think. I used to teach classes where we would have people like hold hands with each other and pull each other. And every time I do that, people are like, wow, that's really, really hard. Yeah, it is hard. Pulling is hard. First, let's talk about pulling. Pulling is an important component of functional exercise because it activates and strengthens your back. Your backline in fitness talk, we call it the posterior chain. And the posterior chain is a group of muscles along the backside of your body, from your neck to your back, your glutes to the back of your legs. And what happens because it's a lot, is our backline simply gets weak. And we kind of end up with this kind of stuff. And what happens is when you have a weak, what happens is this part, all the front line gets tight. So kind of everything kind of pulls in on itself. Telephone use, driving, all of this kind of hunch over stuff happens. So what happens when you get a weak backline is it affects your posture, it affects your mobility, it affects your ability to do hard things, and often results in injury, results in lack of mobility often, and because everything kind of pulls forward and gets tight. So anytime you try to do something, what ends up happening is it can hurt. It can hurt. So backline is something to pay attention to, something to strengthen and to think about. So pulling, I just want to take that one step further. When the back line is weak, the primary movers kind of back seat, and so what ends up happening is those little muscles, those little stabilizing muscles, are asked to do big jobs. And so what's happening is often things hurt. You end up hurting your neck or hurting your low back, and it can kind of lead to more daily aches and pains. So a strong backline is really an important component to your movement. So start by thinking about ways that you would use your back. So I always look at it as like starting a lawnmower, pulling furniture, pulling things to you, picking up pots. I did a ton of that yesterday, picking up heavy pots. Now there's a lot of movement there. Remember, we're talking functional, you're asked to squat, but you're also pulling that pot closer to the body. So anytime you are pulling something closer to you, that is a pulling movement. On the leg side, pulling would be hamstrings. You're pulling your hamstrings closer, your heel closer to your butt. So anytime that you do movements, that is going to support your posterior chain. So let's think about this in terms of life without a gym. In the gym, I think it's super easy. The machines and the weights and everything are designed to help you get into that posterior chain. So it's like pull downs, rows, upright rows with the dumbbell. Those are all posterior chain stuff. How do you do it in the house? So one of the greatest ways to do it is get a towel, put it on the floor, and you don't have to move at all. You don't have to, you can use this on the carpet too. So a great place to start is simply lying down and taking your arms out wide and pulling your arms, letting them drag on the earth, and pulling them down until your elbows meet your side. That's a great way to start. Now, if you want to take that a step further, if you can get that towel on a flat, shiny surface, slidey surface, and then take your hands and pull your body so that your body is sliding on until your arms and elbows stop here. A great way to work your back line. A couple of more that I was doing today that I was like, oh, this is a great backline strengthener, is lie on your belly. And you can start with mini cobras, pulling the shoulder blades down towards the back of the spine, let the head float up off the hands, or full sphinx or full cobras are all backline strengtheners. So those are a few that I do all the time that I think are super fun. Try them. Let me know how it goes for you, and notice how it feels to really consciously check in with that posterior chain. All right. Hey, a few things I want to tell you before I go. Hey, if you haven't sign up for my 3-day wellness challenge, you can go to my website at sarahtorino.com. Sign up for a 3-day wellness challenge. It's free. It's a great way to start integrating all that you're learning into your life. All right. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.